guys, welcome back. I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Elle.
We are Vie Cosplay.
And this is Shit Cosplayers Say. And I am, appropriately for this episode, sitting here recording in what might as well be pajamas.
I mean, that sounds like a good time.
Why would I wear actual clothes when I'm stuck in my house on quarantine on a weekend?
Why would you wear real clothes if you're at your house on a weekend, not during quarantine?
That's true. The worst part about going back to work in person is now I have to wear actual clothes.
Real pants.
Well, I still don't wear real pants. I still wear scrub pants, so I still don't have to wear real pants. They haven't figured it out yet that they're not dress pants, so I'm good. No, our rules got relaxed because of the Rona, so we can wear things like scrub pants as long as they look nice.
I feel like one of these days I need to test that with the yoga pants that look like dress pants and just see if anybody notices.
Oh, I've totally worn those before and nobody notices.
Good.
You can't really tell. Like, a lot of them even sew the, like, fake pockets in the back.
Be like, excuse me, are you looking at my ass?
I've owned many a yoga pant, dress pant, and no one has ever figured it out before.
Good deal.
Really, the only difference is that they don't have a zipper and a button.
To be fair, I have regular dress pants that do not have a zipper or a button.
Nowadays, you can get ones that just slide on, which is why I now basically don't wear pants that have closures, because I have become accustomed to not wearing pants with closures.
That just sounds like way too much work.
That's why we put toddler pants into my cosplay pants.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to put zippers in.
Yep, so you can have one of those quarter or half panel elastic bands in the back.
Yes.
And just pick them up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Slide them on, call it a day.
Well, and pajamas are kind of part of our fun episode for today, where we are going to talk a little bit about when people mistake your normie clothing for some type of cosplay.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened a few times to us, particularly if we're in Lolita.
Yeah, I was going to say it happens a little bit more if we're actually wearing some sort of J fashion, but I've definitely just been wearing clothes before and had somebody come up to me.
Oh yeah, me too. But you're pretty much guaranteed to have it happen if you're in Lolita.
Well, that's because most people don't know that actual adults dress like that sometimes.
Well, and there are also characters that wear things similar to Lolita fashion. So, like,
yes.
Back in the day, everyone would think you were Chi if you were blonde and in a Lolita outfit.
Yes.
Because Chi wore not actual Lolita, but the, like, stereotype of a Lolita in a lot of the comic.
Yes, she wore a lot of almost more, like, fetishized versions of Lolita garments that weren't legit Lolita, for those of you that are actually interested in the fashion, but had very similar aesthetic in some ways.
A lot of ruffles.
Yeah. Ruffles and lace.
And now I don't think we've worn Lolita in years.
It's been a little bit. Probably the last tea party I went to was the last time I wore Lolita.
And I sold, like, most of my closet. Not my Meta Cat dress, though. Nope.
Priorities.
Dozing cat forever.
Dozing cat forever. Is that a hashtag now?
It should be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the post for this episode. Hashtag dozing cat forever.
There you go.
No, it is the cutest dress. It's got, like, little black and white cats playing on the bottom of it. And it's...
But are they dozing?
Some of them are dozing. But it's also, like, Japanese inspired, so it's got some kimono elements and other Japanese garment elements involved. Meta has a whole line like this. They are definitely my favorite. Never will I own the goldfish dress, though, because it's too expensive.
Even when they re-released it, I'm like, I can't justify the price.
It's an extremely expensive dress, but it's probably my favorite dress that exists.
Alas.
It's up there with Twinkle Journey.
For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, we'll have to post pictures.
Yes, we'll post pictures. Twinkle Journey is, if you're into Lolita, most people know what Twinkle Journey is, but it's a very famous meta print of unicorns.
Pegasi.
Yes. Pegasus, or whatever they call them.
They're cute, and it's really pretty, and that's all that matters.
It's adorable.
Uh-huh.
Ash has one of them.
I do.
I have the Swan version.
Yeah, because they also have a Swan Lake, it came out in the same color ways as the Twinkle Journey original release did, but it has swans on it instead.
I've worn that before. I've gotten mistaken for like a princess or something because it's reds and pinks, and I usually do a blonde wig with it. And it's got like a little headpiece, and I'll add a lot of like the pink flare and whatnot with it. So I kind of get how that happens.
I mean, yes and no, because Lolita dresses aren't anything really like princess ball gowns, so I always kind of giggle whenever you hear that, but if the kids do it, then it's fine.
I think it's because they can't think of another word for what that is similar to.
Sure.
Because sometimes you'll get a doll.
You know what it's not similar to?
What?
Pajamas.
It is not similar to pajamas, but the submission that inspired this episode is about pajamas.
Do tell.
And this was an anonymous submission, so I don't actually have the person who submitted it, but thank you if you're out there, because this gave me a giggle. But this is what was submitted. Someone came up to me and said, "What character are you cosplaying?" Me, in my pajamas, getting breakfast, thinking, there's no right answer.
That's a mood.
I could see this happening to you because you like to put a wig on whenever you leave the hotel room.
That's because if I have wig hair, my hair is in wig hair for the rest of the weekend. And yeah, I would much rather just throw on like a really easy wig than style my hair before breakfast because it takes a lot less time.
I could totally see that happening though, because you're sitting in some brightly colored wig.
In my pajamas with a brightly colored wig, mind you.
Yes, in pajamas with a brightly colored wig. It makes me wonder, like, what did your pajamas look like?
I don't know. To be fair, I have cosplay pajamas, and so do you.
We do?
Yes.
Oh, we do! We do. We have miraculous pajamas. That's right.
Yep.
We do have miraculous pajamas. I forgot about those.
Yes. And they are ridiculously comfortable to wear, just like normal pajamas. Because really the only difference is they're character themed and have a wig.
Yeah, I mean, they just are normal pajamas. But it really does make me wonder, like, what her pajamas looked like. Especially since it's breakfast time, because most people are not in cosplay yet.
I'm always impressed whenever we go to breakfast and there's already people in cosplay, and I'm like, did they just get up that early, or have they not gone to bed yet?
And it's always, like, the new young ones, and you're just like, oh, how precious.
Look at how enthusiastic you are. Like, everyone else is still sleeping because they don't like mornings.
Like, I'm too old to be in cosplay that early. Sometimes I'm too old to be in cosplay at all, so.
Well, you know, it'll be all right.
Too tired, can't cosplay.
Hashtag, too tired, can't cosplay.
Have you ever had the experience in regular clothes that you got mistaken for cosplay?
I know I've had it in PJs. Yeah, I mean, at cons before, I've had people assume that I was in cosplay just because I had brightly colored hair. Because again, I like to wear wigs, but was just legit wearing normal clothes that day. So just roll with it. My sister, when we went to a con together, like as a fam, when I was younger, she's like, there's just so many characters out there. Like, I feel like I should just go to the thrift store and put together the most eccentric outfit that I can come up with. And then I'll go to cons and people will ask me what I am. And then I'll just tell them. And she just like spouted out some ridiculously long name and fake series that she wanted to be from. It was a good time.
We need to do that.
Do we?
Can we make up our own series and just be like, oh, it's from blah, 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 blah.
I mean...
You haven't seen this yet?
Goodness. I mean, that's pretty much the definition of OCs, though.
It's true. Except that we'd be pretending we were from something that existed that they should know.
Right. Well, and that's what her goal was to then be pretentious about it. Because how dare you not know what I'm from?
Did she end up doing that?
Oh, good God, no.
No, she'd do it.
No.
That's unfortunate.
I actually think that was her first and last con that she ever went to.
Gotcha. That's unfortunate, because that would have been hysterical.
It would have been, but no, it did not happen, as far as I know.
I remember the one year I went to Wizard, I kept getting mistaken for being in cosplay, and I was just in like what I would like to call like a Hot Topic outfit.
Yes.
Where I had like jeans and that quintessential like pinstriped vest corset thing that Hot Topic sold in like a billion different patterns.
Uh-huh.
And like the lace up to the elbow gloves.
Because you were a mall goth?
Because I was a mall goth, apparently, at that time. And I had a lot of people like stop me for photos and ask me what I was cosplaying. I don't remember which artist it was, and I wish I could find it because I do have the drawing. But one of the like industry artists like drew me while I was in this outfit and had called me over and then wanted to know what I was cosplaying, and I had to tell him that I wasn't. But like, I don't think I've gotten that much attention in a cosplay before. And this was just a regular old outfit that you saw a lot of like late teens, early 20s people in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, I had an experience like that at a con that I was staffing once. And one of the vendors, like, I was either like freshly 18 or 17 at the time. I don't know. One of the vendors, though, made some like super creepy comments towards me.
Oh, lovely.
And I was wearing, just kind of Hot Topic-y clothes. I think I had a little bit of a schoolgirl vibe going on at that particular point in time. But, definitely feeling fetishized at the moment. And it was like, I'm going to leave now.
Well, and this wasn't even like a super outwardly Hot Topic outfit, because I had those in high school. I had the like pants with 1,000 zippers that go nowhere.
Oh, yeah. Trip pants.
The zipper pants, the plaid zipper pants that everyone had.
Goodness.
That had like the suspenders attached to them, but you didn't put the suspenders on, you let them hang.
Right.
So they were like
dangle.
Crisscrossed. Yeah. And I had the black version of those pants, and I had the like short plaid skirts, and
they got the ones with the straps that don't actually do anything, and they're just there for aesthetic.
Yep, I think I had those, honestly. But I 100% had the plaid pants that, no lie, probably had at least 10, if not 14 zippers on them, and they didn't do anything.
Nope. I mean, you could unzip them, but it was just solid fabric behind
them.
Yeah,
there wasn't anything, like, they didn't do anything. I think the ones at the bottom did.
Yes, because they opened the leg up so they would flare just a smidge.
Because I think so did my black ones that had. But the black ones didn't have zippers everywhere. Because I definitely found one of the dresses from Hot Topic, like, the other day when I was cleaning stuff out.
That's hysterical.
I'm going to guess it probably does not fit at this point, because I had it when I was, like, 16. But,
I had a bunch of that kind of stuff, and I ended up eventually donating it to Goodwill, and then it kind of made my heart melt a little bit, because they had photos from, like, a local costume contest with a bunch of these, like, steampunk kids, and I was like, oh my god, like, literally everything this person is wearing used to be in my wardrobe.
Oh, that's hysterical.
So she must have thrifted it from where I had donated it, and I'm like, that's amazing. I kind of love it.
I feel like that's what would happen if we thrifted all of those random blouses that we don't know what to do with.
Goodness.
We'd just be like at a local con one day, and we'd see like a whole group of girls in like those blouses and skirts that we still don't know what to do with.
Well, whatever.
They're in my storage. I don't know what to do with them.
One of these days.
They're hanging out. We have some really old school Lolita stuff from like 10 years ago that we don't know what to do with. It got left with you, and now we don't know what to do with it. You inherited it.
Yeah, one of these days I'll do something with it.
Well, you gave some to a theater. It's just funny when you look back at like the old Hot Topic clothes, how costumey they really did look.
Yes.
Like they were such poser.
Well, and like now you go into Hot Topic and they sell like real clothes.
I know. It's weird. It's not the Hot Topic that I remember.
Right. But it's almost better in a way.
Well, I do love me some Box Lunch, which is owned by Hot Topic, but that's where I get all my crazy character themed shirts.
Oh yeah. I greatly enjoyed the one time that I stumbled into one of those.
Because they frequently go on sale, and then I buy them.
Good deal.
I now have an Animal Crossing one.
Oh, As you do.
I do. And a Ninja Turtle Hawaiian shirt.
That's pretty amazing, actually.
It's great. I wore it to work the other day, and I think more of the staff freaked out than my clients.
I mean, I could see that. Yeah.
But it was hard to find a mask to pair because my masks are Zelda, Pokemon, and Mario. So I had to go with a navy mask so it wouldn't overwhelm the turtle aesthetic.
Yeah.
Because you gotta fashion that.
Of course.
Now I need, like, a mask made of, like, old Hot Topic clothes.
You have fun with that, I guess.
Maybe that's what I can do with this random dress that I found. I'll turn it into a yellow plaid mask.
A yellow plaid mask with random zippers on it and pins.
No, it is the, like, quintessential Hot Topic dress. I'll have to figure out, if I figure out where I put it before this airs, I'll take a picture of it because it's hysterical.
Oh, good.
It's short and, like, kind of built like an overalls kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Like a jumper.
And low-waisted. Yeah, like a jumper. And pleated. The black lace is little, like, skull and crossbones, because of course it is, because it's Hot Topic. And then it had little handcuffs that hooked on the sides of this dress as, like, decoration. I think I only ever wore it at, like, a con.
Part of me feels like you should salvage that lace, though, because I feel like that's terribly entertaining.
The lace is super entertaining. And of course, it's horribly scratchy and stiff because it's Hot Topic lace.
But of course it is.
Yes, it's hideous. I probably got it on the sale rack because I bought all my Hot Topic stuff on the sale rack.
That's because it was really expensive, regular price.
It was. They, like, were not worth the price that they were back then. And I'm sure nowadays someone would mistaken somebody in Hot Topic clothes for some sort of character.
Oh, sure.
Because it's not something you see that often anymore.
No, not particularly.
I'm surprised that we haven't had people ask us if we're in character when we wear ridiculous outfits for our live shows with our hats.
Yeah.
We usually just get really bizarre looks as we're heading off to do our live show.
Which is just funny because we're usually at a con where people are cosplaying. So it's not like seeing somebody dressed oddly is like outside of the scope of the norm. But yeah, we get a little eccentric and it's fun.
Normally it's just people being confused by what our hats say because we have those hats with the big metal letters on them, and Ash's says boss and mine says king. Why? We don't know. That's just what they say. We at some point may change them, but right now that's what they say, because I really want one that just says salt.
Yep.
Period. Just salt.
Yeah. There was a plan with that in the beginning, but it never came to fruition, but that's okay.
I mean, it makes sense that yours says boss, so it's fine.
What are you trying to say?
I'm too flighty. You have to be the boss of these things.
Oh. Of the hats with the acrylic letters. I mean, what else?
It's very sad that you all cannot bask in the glory that is our live show outfits when we're physically at a convention.
Someday, again, when there's no Rona.
Yeah, maybe by like Colossal Con 2021 or Anime Iowa 2021 or something. Maybe. Or I guess FunkCon happens before AI.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Because we still have no idea what cons we're going to be at 2021 because we have to go through the contract process again.
Well, and, you know, we're still in a pandemic.
That too. So who knows? We may not have cons in June.
Oh, don't say that.
Well,
knock on wood.
The bigger the con, the harder it's going to be.
Yes and no, really. Because I guess with a bigger con, you could get away with putting, like, caps on things. But
that's true.
I've seen this discussion pop up a couple times online, and probably the most valid point I've seen with it is that smaller cons have smaller venues.
Right.
So your population density is the same for the amount of space, typically.
Right. So they might have to do caps in relationship to that, too.
Right. But either way, it all sounds like a huge hassle of a process. So who knows? there's still a lot of time between now and then, so hopefully we all get our shit together and wear our masks and don't touch our faces so we can, not be in the middle of a pandemic anymore.
And then you too can have your regular clothes mistaken for a cosplay.
Oh, good. I can't wait. Have you guys ever had your regular clothes mistaken for cosplay? I would love to see photos of these outfits.
Oh, please. Please share with us, because it's just such an entertaining experience when that happens.
Yes. It's been fun. We will catch you next week. Again, I'm Ashlyn.
I'm Elle.
We are Vie Cosplay.
And this is Hot Topic Teens that are mistaken for cosplayers. You've been listening to Shit Cosplayers Say, an LVC production. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Podcast SCS. Our website is lavicosplay.com. Have a fun, crazy con or cosplay-related story, absurd cosplay question, or just something in general to share with us? Email us at podcastscs@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and remember, just because you can doesn't mean you should.